Hi kids, Pastor Gaye here. I want to share with you our next lie in our Lie Blaster series. Today's lie is lying will solve all my problems. Some other lies that kind of go along with that is lying will make me feel better. Lying is not a big deal. Lying doesn't hurt my relationships. Half-truths is not a lie. If no one knows, lying is okay. Those are all lies, right? So let's think about this. Have you ever been in the situation where, you've done something or you've done something wrong? Maybe you've just made a mistake, but here it comes. You realize you're headed for trouble. There's nowhere to hide. There's nowhere to escape. What can I do? And the thought comes. All of a sudden you get this thought and it's, lying will solve my problem. That's how I can hide. That's how I can get out of this. I'll just lie. So when you have those thoughts, remember, get out your lie blaster gun and say no to the lie and just laugh at it. So let's just laugh at those lies. Ha, 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 ha. We always want to do what's right, kids? And we want to tell the truth. Lying doesn't solve our problems. And so let's look at what is the truth. So here's the truth. God doesn't want us to lie. He tells us that lying is not making good choices, doesn't it? He tells us in the 10 Commandments, thou shalt not lie. So he doesn't want us to lie. And part of the reason he doesn't want us to lie, because he wants to protect us. He knows that lying will hurt our relationships with our family, with our friends. Have you ever had a friend that lied to you about something? And then the next time they tell you some story, and maybe it's something that's really a little hard to believe. It's harder to believe them and to believe that they're telling the truth when you know they've lied in the past. And that's the same way when we lie, it affects our relationships with people. And it's harder for them to trust us in the future when we've lied in the past. And so we always want to be truthful and to know that in the long run that truth wins. And so the next thing that I wanted to talk to you about is, it's hard to tell the truth, isn't it? Sometimes, we know we're going to get in trouble and we don't want to get in trouble, but we don't want to lie either. And so we have a hard choice to make. But remember that God helps us and he will always give us the strength to choose right from wrong. He gives us the ability to know what's right and what's wrong. And he will always help us to make right choices if we will trust him and realize that we've got to tell the truth. That's the best thing to do. And I want to read you a scripture here in 2 Timothy chapter 1, verse 7. It says, God's love and power will help us to be courageous to tell the truth. It takes courage to tell the truth, kids, but God will always help us to be courageous. He wants us to not be afraid. And so when you're feeling afraid and don't want to tell the truth, just know that God is there to help you. The next thing I want to talk about is that sometimes we feel pressured to tell a lie and to not tell the truth. Sometimes that pressure is because we know we're going to get in trouble. Sometimes that pressure is from we don't want our friends to find out. And sometimes that pressure can be from a friend because maybe we did something wrong or they did something wrong and they want us to lie to help to protect them. So there's pressure there from our friends. But no matter what, we always want to tell the truth and know that God will help us. And also, when we've made a mistake or we've done something wrong, God always forgives us when we ask Him. And so we don't want to add to what we've already done by telling a lie. We always want to tell the truth. So we always want to speak truth and declare some things to help us and to remind us to always tell the truth and not to lie. So here are 3 things we can say. I am a truth teller. Even if I don't know the right thing to say, I can always tell the truth. Telling the truth builds strong relationships. Right? Okay, so remember to declare those things this week to help you to remember to always choose the right thing and choose truth. So what are some things that you can do? You remember there's things we can say and there's also things we can do. Here are 3 things that we can do. The first one is to value truth. You may think lying is helping for the moment, but it really doesn't, because it builds bad habits and it has bad effects on our life. So picture a treasure chest. A big treasure chest. A lot of times, like at kids' church, we have a treasure chest that has candy and treats in it and things for our birthday celebration. But picture a treasure chest that holds truth, that has truth in it. And every time you choose to tell the truth over lying, you're putting truth into that treasure chest. And you know what happens? We're building up truth. And as we build truth, we're also building trust. As we're building trust, we're building freedom. Because the more trust we have, the more freedom we get. And so it's important that we value truth. And the second thing that we need to do is to know truth. And how can we know truth? We can know truth by knowing who Jesus is. I want to tell you our scripture for today. Remember, Jesus was a super truth teller. He always told the truth. And here's our scripture verse for today, John 14:6. Jesus told them, I'm the way, the truth, and the life. No one comes to the Father except through me. Know that Jesus is there to help you. And so in the moments when you feel you need to tell a lie, just stop and think, what would Jesus do? And think how Jesus will help you. Ask Him to help you to choose the right thing. He will always give you the strength if you ask to tell the truth. He will always give you the courage to be truthful and not to lie, even when it's hard. And the last thing is tell a truth and celebrate. Maybe get you a piece of paper or in your journal every time you tell the truth when you could have lied, and you choose truth over the lie. Make a mark. When you get 5 marks, celebrate telling the truth. Go share with a friend or share with your parents how it was hard, but you chose truth over the lie. And, remember to celebrate the things that you do that are good. It's okay to celebrate when we tell truth, because that helps us to remember how God helped us. If you think about it, you'll realize God was there helping you to tell the truth, because it's hard sometimes, but He will always help you. So this week, I want you to take your journals, and I want you to think about a time when it was hard and you wanted to lie and you told the truth. And write that in your journal and ask God to help you to remember how He helped you to tell the truth. It will increase your faith in knowing that God is always there to help you to choose the right things to do. He will always help you. And so God bless you, love you. Remember to write in your journals, post some things in our band feed. Ask your parent if you can borrow their phone and to find the band feed, and just write down some things that God has been speaking to you. Love to hear from you. and hope to see you soon. Love you guys. Have a good week. And remember to make right choices and choose truth.